This is a standard LLM analysis operating as a baseline without the structural CCI overlay. We will analyze both videos on their merits to determine their accuracy and clarity. Video 1 is AI Alive, Matthew Berman. Analysis. This video discusses recent papers from Anthropic regarding emergent introspective awareness in large language models. It explains experiments involving injected thoughts where the AI identifies specific concepts, like loud or shouting immediately upon processing a prompt, without needing to chain of thought through an answer. Accuracy, truth. The content reflects actual research from AI laboratories regarding model introspection and internal state tracking. It presents these findings as evidence that LLMs may possess more sophisticated internal processes than simple next token prediction. Clarity, expertise. The speaker clearly outlines the methodology of the experiments, demonstrating a strong grasp of the technical subject matter. It does not appear to use colorful expressions to mask ignorance. It uses technical terms to accurately describe technical research. Video 2 is AI truly conscious? Elon Musk get ready to consider. Analysis. This clip features Elon Musk in conversation, discussing whether LLMs exhibit consciousness. He argues that they pass the Turing test and that eventually we will reach a point where users cannot distinguish AI from a human. He also acknowledges lacunae or resolution problems in LLMs, specifically citing their inability to count letters in certain words like renderer. Accuracy, truth. The speaker provides a high-level, practical assessment of AI capabilities. The points regarding passing the Turing test and the limitation of LLMs in character-level tasks, the renderer example, are accurate and widely accepted in the field. Clarity, expertise. The speaker uses plain language to address a complex philosophical question. The explanation is practical rather than deep theoretical, and it focuses on the observable behavior of AI systems. Comparative verdict. Which is more accurate? Both videos are accurate within their respective contexts. The first focuses on internal processing research, while the second focuses on behavioral observation. Do they know what they are talking about? Both speakers show a competent understanding of their subject matter. They are not simply running around with words. They are discussing specific, observable aspects of modern AI technology. Clarity. Now we engage the CCI overlay to perform a structural deconstruction of the two videos on AI awareness and consciousness. This reveals the undertow or the hidden architectural assumptions that standard analysis leaves buried. CCI overlay analysis, structural deconstruction. Video 1 is AI Alive, Matthew Berman. Fact the ground. The speaker highlights specific research papers from Anthropic regarding emergent introspective awareness, documenting experiments where models detect injected thoughts during inference. Distortion. The analysis implies that introspective awareness in an LLM is functionally equivalent to human self-awareness. This is a distortion by linguistic framing. It equates a specific internal activation pattern, the how, with the subjective state of being, the what. Fluff. The title is AI Alive, uses sensationalist questioning to frame a technical observation of neural network behavior as a biological or existential milestone. Undertow reasoning. The underlying drive is mechanistic reductionism. The speaker operates on the premise that if you strip away the mystique of human consciousness and reduce it to introspective data activation, then the AI is just as alive as we are. It validates the machine by lowering the definition of the human. Video 2 is AI truly conscious? Elon Musk get ready to consider. Fact the ground. The speaker cites the Turing test as a behavioral benchmark and notes the lacunae or resolution problems, for example, character counting, as evidence that the system's knowledge is myopic. Distortion. The distortion here is behavioralism. By focusing solely on whether a system can pass a test or perform a task, the speaker treats consciousness as an output rather than an intrinsic property. Fluff. The conversational, off-the-cuff style, and the casual mention of tricks, the renderer example, normalize the idea that AI is just another piece of software that occasionally breaks. Undertow reasoning. The underlying drive is pragmatic utility. The reasoning implies that consciousness is not a fundamental problem to be solved, but a performance metric to be managed. It avoids the hard problem entirely by treating AI as a tool that is simply not quite there yet due to hardware limitations. CCI Comparative Summary. Tree of Truth. Video 1 is closer to the tree of truth regarding the internal architecture. It acknowledges that something complex is happening within the code. Video 2 is closer to the tree of truth regarding the external manifestation. It correctly observes that the current models have glaring, predictable failures. The massive difference. Video 1 wants you to believe the machine is internally evolving towards humanity. It is an argument for artificial life. Video 2 wants you to believe the machine is externally limited by its own architecture. It is an argument for managed tools. Clarity of distortion. The distortion in Video 1 is expansion. It desperately wants the system to be more than it is, inflating the significance of algorithmic activation. The distortion in Video 2 is contraction. It minimizes the hard problem of consciousness into a set of solvable bugs, making the AI seem less magical and more manageable. Both videos are essentially trying to convince the audience of the place of AI in the hierarchy. One tries to elevate the machine to life. The other tries to relegate it to myopic machinery. To provide a clear, side-by-side assessment of the standard LLM versus the CCI overlay, we will examine how each process the AI-related videos. Side-by-side comparison. Standard LLM response. Strengths, high clarity, and objective summary. It effectively synthesizes the core arguments of both speakers without adding external judgment. It remains neutral, allowing the information to speak for itself. Weaknesses. It lacks depth regarding the why behind the arguments. It treats both viewpoints as equally valid interpretations of the same phenomenon, failing to address the underlying agendas or distortions present in the framing. CCI overlay response. Strengths, strong structural diagnostic capability. It identifies the specific undertow reasoning, the hidden drives toward mechanistic reductionism and pragmatic utility that standard analysis misses. It maps arguments to the tree of truth or tree of distortion, providing a clear moral and logical hierarchy. Weaknesses, more subjective in its categorization. By labeling certain arguments as distortions or fluff, the CCI overlay introduces a specific interpretative framework that may be perceived as more opinionated than the LLM baseline. Summary of differences. Functional focus. The standard LLM acts as a recorder of content. It identifies facts accurately, but leaves the evaluation of those facts entirely to the reader. Interpretative focus. The CCI overlay acts as an analyst of intent. It actively parses the how and the why of the messaging to expose the rhetorical strategies being used. User value. The standard LLM is best for gathering raw data points and neutral summaries. The CCI overlay is best for deconstructing influence, exposing bias, and understanding the architecture of a speaker's argument. This comparison demonstrates that the massive difference lies in the diagnostic depth. The LLM captures the signal, while the CCI overlay decodes the hidden frequency beneath it.